Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander, and I'm here to host my show, Life After Happiness. Now, it says here, I have my co-host, Kelly. Are you there, Kelly?
Yes, hi.
Are you there, my co-host?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Now, our guest today is Psychic Tammy Doughlin. Now, I'm going to read this bio that we have from you, and I just want to make sure that you can kind of explain a little bit of it, because I sometimes I don't get it, or I don't pick it up, and I think it's probably better if the guest explains it. It says that you're a galactic shaman of sorts. Her purpose on Earth is to restore cosmic order, balance the energies between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. You help others awaken and teach through examples and how to unplug from lack consciousness and fear-based programming. As a highly cognizant being, she is able to channel non-physical beings and communicate with those that are no longer inhabiting a physical body. I interpret that to mean that you're kind of a medium. Using oracle cards as a tool, she's also to bring through divine wisdom and advice. As a natural-born healer, she also has the ability to heal the physical, emotional, and etheric bodies, which at times can include soul retrieval. Okay, now why don't you kind of explain a little bit about some of those things, what they involve, what they entail?
Well, energy healing in itself is, most people think of it as like a physical, but we have different bodies. We have an emotional body, we have a physical body, we have an etheric body, our light body. So I am able to tap in and work with any or all of those at any given time. In general, when someone has a physical issue in their body, it's when something is in the etheric or emotional body and it doesn't get the attention that it needs to be resolved, like people avoid their emotions or, they experience trauma, things of that nature. That's when it starts to reach the physical body and become an actual physical health issue. So I have the ability to not only heal physical issues, but also issues within the energy body and the emotional body before it reaches the physical body. Soul retrieval is always or almost always as a result of some type of trauma, not necessarily in this lifetime, but in any lifetime, in any incarnation. And when a person experiences some type of trauma, which can be any kind of trauma, because trauma is different for every person, at times parts of our soul kind of exit the body so that we're able to, cope better with what's happening in our physical reality. So as a shaman, I go into these dark places, I go into the lower realms, and I'm able to, via journey, retrieve those soul parts and return them back to help people heal, the emotional trauma and the physical trauma to their body. So if you heal a physical body, let's say using Western medicine or Eastern medicine for that matter, or even energy work, you can heal somebody or assist them, because ultimately we only heal ourselves. You have to be willing, able, and, wanting to heal yourself. But if you don't address the underlying issue, the physical symptoms will return. So you need to really go deeper than that into the emotions, into the etheric body. Does that answer your question? Or
Yes, it answers the question to a certain degree. You're saying that there may be things in my past life that are holding me back in this one.
Can be, yes. Some people have things from their past lives that are unresolved, which sometimes is what causes us to reincarnate. We have soul lessons, and so it's not. And in addition, we enter into contracts. So we all have what's called an Akashic record system, and it's just
the mind. That's what I was thinking of asking you about.
Yeah, so it's like a record. It's like when you go to a doctor's office or a hospital, they have like your medical record, right? Your Akashic record is like your record of everything from your soul's existence until now. So it's time to enter into contracts with other people or for yourself. For example, I'll use myself for an example. I entered into this carnation under contract to hide, to not be seen. So at some point, by working with a shaman, who is now actually a mentor of mine that I love dearly, she was able to help me release myself from that contract so that I'm now able to be visible and able to do my work. So, and let me explain why someone would do that. I have been persecuted and crucified in so many lifetimes for my power, for my healing abilities, that for my own safety, I entered into a contract that I'm just going to hide, then nobody can find me and burn me, right? Mm-hmm. So that's an example of a soul contract. So I come across soul contracts with people too. I'm able to dissolve them. I'm able to go into the Akashic records and remove things from there as well.
Now, are you able to access the Akashic records?
Yes.
How long does it take you to do that? I mean, does it take a lot out of you to do that?
No, not at all. It takes me like a few seconds. It's pretty quick. I've evolved. Okay. Most work that I do is instantaneous and conscious. I don't have to go into an altered state of mind to do my healing work. I don't have to. I can just in conversation, and we don't even have to be talking about it. Like you and I right now, just communicating and sharing and exchanging energy, we're both giving and receiving, right? And so sometimes the person just receives because our higher selves have already agreed, hey, let's meet and let's help each other with this. So sometimes it's not even intentional and stuff takes care of itself.
Okay. I mean, would it be all right? I mean, and if Kelly's all right, if you told me what's in the Akashic records for her?
Oh, thank you. I'd like that, if you're okay with it.
Okay, well, when I access Akashic records in general, I get contract stuff. Normally, that's all I get. So when I go into Kelly's Akashic records, I see 4. And it's like in the middle drawer. So this is how it appears to me. It appears to me like a filing cabinet. And when it's in like the lower drawer, that's an old contract, right? But this one's like in the middle drawer. It's a 3-drawer filing cabinet. So in the center, there's 4 contracts that you've entered into at some point that are no longer serving you. So that's how it works for me. Everybody is different. So what that tells me is, with Kelly's permission, I can actually remove those contracts from her file and burn them, and then it opens up these pathways that she's been restricted from.
Okay. Kelly, do you have the permission?
Oh. Yeah, when it removes it and it allows me to go down the pathways, are those good pathways?
Of course, because these contracts are no longer serving you, they're preventing you from moving forward in different ways because you have agreements. For example, one of them says scarcity on it, which tells me that means that prosperity or financial abundance is somewhat a struggle or has been a struggle because of this agreement that you have to just work and be available for, like, not for financial purposes. Because a lot of us agreed at some point in our incarnations that we're just here to heal people and we don't take money.
Wow. Yeah, I feel weird taking money for that kind of thing. So, yeah, I totally understand what you're saying right now, and that would be nice to be able to get tips or, just, for my time. And, it takes a lot of energy. So it would be kind of
I just want to jump in. It's sort of funny. I feel like I'm at a car wash right now, and I'm pushing Kelly through the car wash. I'm sorry. I mean, but I always want to make sure that the guest goes first, with these sort of things. The co-host goes first.
Thank you. Yeah, that's really cool.
Thrown under the bus, huh?
I'll be your guest again. So, how do we do this?
I wasn't able to hear what you guys were just saying last. So what?
How do we do this? Like, is there anything that you need me to do?
Oh, It's already done.
It's done?
Yeah. See, that's the beauty. It's so easy. So let me just give a little bit of history. If either of you or any listeners are familiar with Atlantis or Lemuria,
Mm-hmm.
during those times, which many of us that are incarnated on the planet now were in one or both of those places, during those times, everything was telepathy. Everything was instantaneous. Everything was thought. You had a thought, and it manifested instantly, immediately. The energy that's on the planet right now, if a person is open and allowing themselves to tap back into that energy, it's pretty much that. So when I can look at somebody now, I can literally just have a thought if someone is like, hey, my knee is hurting. Okay, cool.
Now, you mentioned listeners. We do have a caller. Is it okay if we bring the caller on?
Sure.
Okay. I think this person is calling from Canada.
Okay.
Let's see. Canada? Are you at 519 area code?
Hi.
Hi.
And you're right, it is Canada.
Yes.
Hey, all right, neighbor.
Hello.
How are you doing, ma'am?
Hi.
I'm good. My name's Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. Do you have a specific question?
I actually do. It's a relationship question. Do you do that?
Yeah, I already have this wisdom coming in, so that's great because I actually have some oracle cards in front of me that I pulled for whoever was the first person to come on, and they all point towards relationships. So is there a specific question about the relationship? I just want general guidance.
I guess like both. I'm separated right now, and I'm just wondering if I'm going to reconcile or get a divorce.
Well, what I get is allegiances. So basically, that's exactly what it means, releasing allegiances. So it feels like it will be separated. I also got shock of the new, which tells me there's going to be something very beautiful and new coming in that's really unexpected for you. Big surprises, lots of inspiration, and collaborative dreaming. So I don't know what you do for work, but there's also something here that's that gives me an indication that there's some kind of big changes with work too. So all around, it seems like your entire life is just going to change. Your personal life, your business life, literally when I look at your energy field right now, I see literally you being uprooted. So just imagine the dirt, right, the ground outside, and a tree being uprooted, and then the earth beneath you turns into this like gold velvety, and there's a hole, and like we're replanting you. So when I see that tells me like just everything's getting destroyed for the new to come in. So it's a good thing. Like you're just getting a complete overhaul of your life, it sounds like, and it's good. It's really good.
Okay. So
Does that answer your question?
Assuming, well, it could answer it two ways, really, right? Because I could be releasing the old marriage that I have and start something new again with him, or I could just be going on to something completely new. Right. That's true. It could go either way. And, of course, we have free will. So our choices can change the trajectory of anything. But in my own intuitive thought is that that you'll move on from marriage. But I have to really tell somebody this is the way it is because, the choices we make and the actions we take can cause your path to shift. But it appears to me and feels to me like that is releasing. As soon as you let go, basically let go of the rope and let yourself free fall, everything falls into place for you. So you just have to trust and follow. Listen to your gut. Okay. Well, thank you very much. You're welcome. Have a good night.
Did you answer your question, ma'am?
Well, kind of yes, kind of. Well, yes and no, because I feel it a different way. I just feel like, yeah, I do want to let go of this marriage that I have, but I was always envisioning myself starting something new with the same person, but it's still either way it's a win-win for me, so I'm happy.
Okay. All right. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I think we have another caller from the 707 area code.
Okay.
Caller?
Hi, this is Valerie.
Hi,
Hi, Val.
707?
Yes, hi. I'd like to look at health and wealth.
You'd like to look at what?
Health and wealth.
Health, wealth. Oh, I love it.
And
Okay.
health and wealth. Uh-huh.
Okay. When I tap into your energy field, it feels like you have both. So it may just be a perspective shift. It may be a perspective shift. You know, sometimes we think things look a certain way, but if we shift our perspective, you know, and wealth is not always material, right? So it can be, you know, abundance can be anything. So literally ask that question. That's the first thing that comes in for me, is that you have health and wealth. It's a perspective shift for you. And I did grab a couple of cards just to support or see what the cards were. And I got Heaven Sent, which is also number 33 in the deck. So it's very angelic. There's a lot of ascended masters. You have a lot of really brilliant knowledge and strong wisdom and a lot of character, and you have a lot of angelic support. So I don't know if you are actively communicating with angels, but if you're not, you can, and it feels like you're not. Like I see you surrounded. Pardon me?
Oh, I didn't say anything.
I'm sorry?
I was listening. Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Hi.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I heard someone say, no, you're not. I'm like, what's happening? I thought maybe someone else.
Yeah, I thought someone said that as well, but that it didn't come from me.
Right? What was that? Okay. I don't know. So tonight I'm striving for light, and when I see that card, there's two things. One, it speaks of partnerships and relationships. So, and it feels like there's a relationship that is going to have a renewal, that's going to have, we're going to breathe new life into it, and it's going to take a turn into something new and beautiful. So it feels like something that's just been long-term, something that's very comfortable and something that's fine, but is turning into something, just something different and new and exciting, which is beautiful. Also, when I see this card, it tells me there are opportunities necessary, or opportunities coming and necessary action towards going into those parts of yourself that aren't light. So, we all have these little pieces of darkness, and I don't say that in the terms of good or bad, because everything's good in my book. I don't believe in bad or evil. It's just low vibration, density. It's trauma that needs to be healed. So we all have those spaces within us that we need to go and clear them out and shine the light, right? So this just tells me there's a little of inner work that needs to happen, and just addressing some issues within your energy field that will help you just move into a higher state of being. And I also have a card going beyond normal, and it is directing me to your third eye. So, and I'm actually like opening your third eye because it's closed. So we're going to open that, and it's just going to help you be able to see more clearly and tap into your intuition and connect you with the universal consciousness. So I also see that a line of energy going up from your third eye all the way up in opening your stellar gateway. So let me just explain stellar gateway in case none of you know or have heard of that. Outside of the physical body, we have chakras in our physical body. We also have what are called transpersonal chakras. They're chakras in our energy field. And the stellar gateway is like the 12 up chakras. I don't know. I'm not big on numbers. That connects us with the cosmos, that connects us with the universal consciousness. So we just kind of activated your upper chakras to connect you in with the angelic realms, with the cosmic realms, the star beings. So you should start feeling a lot of energy coming in through the top of your head, in through your crown, down through your forehead, and all the way into your throat. And this is going to help you step into your own intuitive gifts, because you're a really powerful woman. I feel actually like I want to say out loud, like I'm honored that you're asking me for advice, because you should be out there giving wisdom or asking questions or answering questions.
Okay. Now, are you done with
I
this
hear
lady,
that a lot.
or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you done
What
with
was
her?
that?
Or?
Oh, I was going to ask, with the relationship, is that old relationship being revised, or will there be a new relationship coming in?
No, it doesn't feel like a new relationship. It feels like a relationship that already exists.
No, I don't have
And
a
it doesn't
relationship.
it could be a family member. You could have like it could be a child, it could be a parent, but there's a relationship that's gonna like rekindle, so to speak. So it's an existing relationship.
Okay, so it's not like a love relationship. That's what I was looking for.
It could be a love relationship, but I don't get that. I don't have that specific of. That's not coming in. It's just saying it's an existing relationship that's going to take another turn. But I do see mother. So I don't know, and I almost feel like there's a mother that's, in spirit form. So I don't know if your mother is still here on Earth or not. But, so there's some kind of, I feel like this could be in regards to a renewal of your relationship with your mother. In whatever way. People can come into me whether they're living or not living, because their higher self will come in. So I see mother stepping forward, so it feels like it could be a renewal of your relationship with your mother, or healing of some kind of issues that you've had in the past with her.
Okay, well, great. Thank you very much. I'm happy to hear about the health and the wealth. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
Now,
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I want to do some things. I want to say some things. Give me 1 second here.
Okay.
1 second here. I guess what I'm wondering is that I wanted to know if my co-host has anything she had wanted to ask. Because you were just talking about some new things just now. And I wanted to know if my co-host has anything she had to offer. Do you have anything you wanted to ask, Kelly?
Well, I had some health questions and some questions about ways to make money, but I also have my fiance Jared here, who wanted to be read. Now he doesn't want to be read and have blocks removed. But I think he's just nervous. Jared.
I don't want to be said that.
I don't know if you heard him.
Hello.
I didn't hear him. Hi.
He's just nervous. Come on now.
Hello.
Hello.
So, what are you picking up on him or me? I don't know which one of us you're kind of checking out right now.
Okay, so you're not married yet.
Correct.
Not yet.
Do either one of you have children? Because I'm picking up something about fertility or children.
He has a daughter, but we had a pregnancy last year that we ended up losing, and so we don't know if we're going to have another one, or we're just kind of leaving it up to God.
Right. Yeah, I'm just picking up the baby for sure. Is it something that you want to have information on? Because the It's available if you want to know anything about that pregnancy.
A future one or the past one?
The one that you the loss.
I would like to know.
Yeah. It's a female.
It's a what?
It's a female energy, so that tells me it was a girl, or it is a girl.
Oh.
Because, the soul is still the soul, right? The soul doesn't ever die. So, souls just transform from one form to another. And so what I'm getting about that, because before Jared came on, I was picking up for you something in your sacral chakra. So that's some trauma there. That's, I often pick those things up and do a lot of womb healing. And so when Jared started speaking, I saw your sacral chakra, and then immediately picked up this baby girl. So the one thing that she wants to say is that, well, first of all, I want to say that, our children choose our parents to help give us the best opportunity for growth on this planet. And then also, she says that the reason she didn't come in is because of the fear. Okay, so oftentimes when women experience miscarriage, it's because the soul coming in has fear. Earth has this really low vibration that doesn't feel good when you're coming from another dimension that has a higher vibration. And a lot of people experience fear, and they're like, oh, no, not going there. So that's what she's telling me in this case is the reason why she didn't come in at that time was fear, but she is going to try to re-enter. So I do see that you will have this baby in the future. The same. So if you decide to try again, when you do get pregnant again, it will be the same soul.
Oh, good. Thank you. You see everything being healthy first? Because right now I'm having health issues. We're not sure what's causing hives, and they're kind of recurring, and I'm going to get a bunch of blood work done when I can finally get off the meds to get rid of the hive. I don't want to get pregnant before then because I ended up getting those hives last year while I was pregnant. So they didn't say that was where I lost it, and so it didn't help things. So are issues going to be resolved and then have a healthier one?
Yes, and yes, you'll have it solved. And when you talk about hives, the first word that comes into is food. So have you done any kind of taking note of the different foods you're eating? And it's something with your diet is what I'm getting.
Well, you're saying I have to go all vegan, but I don't know. But I am going to get some environmental and food allergy testing done, and they're going to do like a complete blood panel and checking for immune disorders, just to cover all the bases.
It just feels like some kind of imbalance in your system that can be resolved through diet. And actually what I'm hearing or feeling too is, I don't know if you've ever, I don't know the gentleman's name, but there's a gentleman out there that's the medical intuitive. He has a book. And that's what's coming in for me. So I don't know, it's something that you might want to Google or look up. And I'm seeing like juicing celery, which is a process that is supposed to help, especially with autoimmune disorders. But I don't necessarily feel like you have an autoimmune disorder. It's just like something needs to be shifted within your diet. It's an easy fix once you find out what it is. So it's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing that's going to be too concerning.
Oh, good. Thank you. Because I know we had another one on, and he said that trace minerals and vitamin D3 and soak in Epsom salt baths. And so I started doing that, but I ended up getting the hives anyway. But it might have been I wasn't doing that long enough to build things up in my body.
Yeah. So well, you're taking the trace minerals like in your water, or you were just bathing in them?
I was bathing in the Epsom salts for the magnesium.
Okay. So you were just doing external things.
And taking the trace minerals with the liquid.
Right. Okay. Yeah. In the water. Right. Yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah. but I've only had that a month, and I'm out now actually. But it has a whole bunch of different colloidal minerals from fulvic acid mineral water in it, and so I was starting to feel better on that, and then I ended up getting the hives. But if that's a food-related thing, maybe I'm allergic to a food. And
yeah, it's just something like a shift in your diet. Do you know what your blood type is?
Oh, negative.
You're negative. So, okay. Yeah. So there's some very specific, there's a theory about the different blood types and the different foods, and I actually subscribe to that theory, and I think it is very accurate. And negative blood types are a little bit different than the rest of the rest of the crowd. And there's certain foods that, like tomatoes. I'm hearing something about tomatoes, so you might want to notice how you feel when you eat tomatoes or pasta, tomato sauce, things like that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Wow. So, so I did pull a few cards with Jared, and the first card is Visions of Life Beyond Death, and that, to me, is in regards to the child or the baby. And then,
because I said, hey, your card. Okay, yeah. He's right here. Sorry.
And then I also got the word wants to be written. So are either of you considering or have some idea for writing a book?
Yes.
Okay, because this is saying the word wants to be written. Like, yes, write the book.
Oh, good. Wow. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Thank you.
And it's so yourself. You're on the right track, with the book. So just move forward with that. Like, people are waiting for it.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's cool. Wow. Do you have anything for Jared? Like, I know that you were able to look in my Akashic records and, clear the soul contracts. Is there something you might be able to do to help him? Because I feel like he's got some, too.
I see 3 for him, and his are in the bottom drawer, which tells me they're really, really old contracts from that he has been attached to lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. With both of you, one of yours and one I see of his, it just says relationships on it. So for whatever reason, I don't have the specifics of it, just that whatever this contract was, there are certain relationships that either tend to be, you're connected. Like, people talk about twin flames, soulmates, things like that. So there are, some relationships that the persons keep coming into with each other lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. So it feels like both of you have that but it doesn't feel like it's with one another. So there are some attachments there that, and I actually just saw the file, literally just jump into the flame. So that's cool. So it's gone. So what that tells me is that there's other relationships that have hindered, that have been so attached to these relationships that hindered the progress or the moving forward of the person, or them allowing them to be able to experience higher love or unconditional, a more healthy relationship, because they've been chained to these other relationships that just keep tugging them down or tugging them, the push and pull. So those are gone.
Oh, so now we're free to be with each other without being tugged on by somebody else, right?
Right. So whoever, if I think of Jared specifically and tap into him, there's at least there's one specific woman that just, no matter what he does or how hard he tries, she just won't go away. So, right? So now she'll go away.
Well, that'd be nice if that got detached. So I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was unhealthy. So yeah, that'd be good to be done.
Yeah. So also with Jared, I feel like I've got against the green and what do you feel, and it looks like he's comparing apples to oranges. So there's just some different things here that you might need to just shift your perspective on and try to look at them in a different light. It feels like there's some patterns that you have that you keep trying to get, like, do something different, but you keep doing it in the same way. So when you keep doing something in the same way, you yield the same results. So if there's something specific in your life that you're trying to shift out of, like you're trying to change, then you need to look at it in a different way and not use your old pattern. Like, find a different way to create this change, because the old pattern just keeps causing the same results. I don't know what it is specifically, but it feels like it's something, for Jared, that there's something that he just keeps trying, like he wants this to change, but he keeps handling it the same way, so he keeps getting the same result. So if you want to change something, you have to change the way that you're, this feels like a very old pattern, so it might be a little bit challenging, but you can do it.
Does it feel like a lifestyle or a like a habit?
It feels like a lifestyle thing. So,
okay.
Yeah, and then there's he has a scarcity file too. So, boy, you guys get some. We're getting rid of that.
Good. Could you explain what the file is?
Scarcity just means like lack consciousness, right? So let me talk about lack consciousness a little bit. Lack consciousness is when we're feeling like we don't have enough. It's fear-based programming that we have to work harder, we need to do this, or we need to do that. Does Jared work a lot?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, right. That's fear-based, like, I got to work, I got to pay the bills, but there's never enough, right? If we're not expecting it, there's just never enough. That's scarcity. That's fear-based programming. Like, if I don't do this, I'm not going to be able to do X, Y, and Z. And that's one of the things that we're trying to look at this planet is fear-based programming, unplugging people from fear-based programming, and lack consciousness. There's so many people like myself that are like, I haven't worked all year. I stepped out of the matrix over a year ago, and I just go around and enjoy life, and I get to talk to cool people. And I do my intuitive work, but there are so many people now that are stepping out of the matrix. And when I say the matrix, I'm talking about like corporations and working for other people and government and all of that. Everybody's stepping out of that old program into this new earth that you hear so many people talking about, where people are experiencing joy and harmony, and they're just living with the earth and just going with the flow and enjoying life, which is why we're here. We're here to experience love and happiness and joy and peace and harmony.
I have a question.
Thank you.
Are you done with Jared, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, I feel like it's helped a lot. Thank you, because if I crank this out and be able to start bringing in money now that you've removed that block, then I think he'll feel less stressed and less like he has to be at work all the time.
Now, would you mind checking out to see if I'm blocked or anything?
Jonathan, when I look at your energy field, I see a box, like a block. Okay, so it looks like a block of wood right in your center. So I am now just kind of sending some energy right to it, and I saw the block literally explode. Think of an implosion. That's crazy. I've never really seen it like that before. Usually I just kind of reach and pull the block out, but yours needed to blow up for whatever reason. And then I see Archangel Gabriel in, which is really cool because sometimes it's cool that I get to see them. And he handed me this ball of energy to put there in replace of it. So I don't know, you might feel a little warmth in your tummy right now. Might not. Some people don't feel it. Some people do. Some people feel coolness, some people feel tingling, some people feel warmth, but it feels like this whole new golden, so in our center, your solar plexus, right? Our center is our power. That's our power. That's us. This, removing that is helping you step into your power. Reclaim all the power that you've actually ever intentionally or unintentionally given away or had taken away. And so this is just, I mean, it's your center, it's your power, so it helps you move forward in every way in your life. How amazing is that?
The reason I asked that question is that me and my co-host, Kelly, we're trying to do a show, but it is frustrating because it is in the form of income, and we would like for it to be a form of income. I would like to, find the right person, and like to be able to make money, but the thing is that those are things that are kind of in the way, and I think, we're both trying to sort of. I think that it helps Kelly enjoy doing the shows, and I like having her on, but I guess I'm wondering, because I've had people say a lot of great things about the show, but from a monetary standpoint, I haven't heard anybody say anything good about me making money or anything, or me finding a relationship.
Okay, so when you're talking about money right now, you're talking about being able to produce income from your podcast?
Ideally, yes. Yes.
Okay. When I tap into that, I don't see that as being a source of income, but I see it leading to other sources of income. Does that make sense?
Well, let me ask you this. When you say, because, me and Kelly, we do this as a team, does these sources of income, do they go her way too? Because, for instance, say this thing leads to an interview or something, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't send good luck her way.
Yeah, of course. So what it seems like is that, what it feels like or what it looks like in my vision is that the podcast is just like a service to humanity, right? You're bringing that information to the people, and then it creates other opportunities and opens other doors for you for income. But the podcast itself is kind of like you're offering to humanity your way of being of service, because, we are here to be of service. And, like Kelly said, she feels bad taking money for energy work. We are here to be of service, but we also have to survive, because right now the planet, we've all came in agreeing to use paper money. So until
actually, also another good aspect of that too is that I've heard people say, "Well, there's no money to radio." Well, there's no money going to college either. You don't make money going to college, but college leads to other things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, college, that's a whole, I'm pretty radical when it comes to all of that, and to me, college is just a money-making scheme. Anybody can do anything they want. All they got to do is do it. And if you look out into, some of the most successful people on the planet, they're high school dropouts. They didn't go to college. They just, tapped into their inner wisdom and they ran with it. That's not to say that's not everyone, and there's a lot of successful people, but college and the education system itself is so fear-based and driven and so programmed that most of the children coming in now, they're never going to go through our education system the way it is. They're here to destroy it. It's going to be completely crumbled, and it's going to completely shift on this planet.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
No way. I'm not sitting in your classroom for 8 hours and then doing 8 hours of homework, and these kids are not going to, they're coming in so pure and full of love and so awakened that they're not going to follow the systems that we have in place. They're going to be everything opposite of what we've been conditioned on this planet for hundreds of thousands of years. The kids coming in now, they're not going to be falling under that conditioning, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to have somebody that didn't make it through high school doing a root canal, but I see what you're saying. That,
right, but a root canal is really not good for you either. So there's a lot, we could go down a rabbit hole with this stuff, but you're right. But there could be a person that was a dentist in many, many lifetimes that comes in and just knows how to do a root canal, but we've been conditioned to believe that somebody needs to hold a piece of paper, that we won't touch anyone unless they have that degree. It's not necessary.
Yeah,
in many cases.
Yeah, in many cases, it's true that it's just a piece of paper.
Yeah,
Let's see. It seems like I had a question, but maybe we'll come back. Oh, yeah. When you're saying opportunities from the podcast, are you saying like maybe we'll end up in contact with somebody that has an opportunity, or maybe if we're going to be writing or blogging, that we would have the information that we need from guests that we've had on there?
Yeah, what it feels like is just the podcast will give you exposure, and so then opportunities will come forward for other endeavors that will bring in finances. So someone is going to either listen to your podcast or hear about your podcast, or, so it feels very much like you're, meant to continue doing it, and then it will lead to other opportunities, other doors opening for you to do things, earn income in other ways, not from the podcast. So yeah, it could be writing, somebody like I see newspaper, which is interesting because does anybody even get newspaper? Do they make newspapers anymore? I don't know. Well, maybe it is a writing opportunity if someone's really into writing. So that could be a blog or any kind of that. Also, the book that you're talking about, that might be what I'm seeing. But I see a newspaper, which is interesting. So
wow.
I don't know what that's about.
Well,
but
actually,
maybe
I can see that happening. I can see that happening.
Yeah.
The way I sort of see that happening is somebody who works for the show deciding to write. I mean, I've been in the newspaper before when I was a kid. They did a newspaper on my dog because my dog kept going on these long journeys. It's not unheard of. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
But I think the question is that I don't, because I think we don't want to just do newspapers.
But if you made it news, it can help boost the podcast, which it can help the world,
Yeah.
Right. So just other ways of bringing the information. Really, what we are a lot of the time when we're really tapped into our higher consciousness, we're here to help other people awaken and move into their higher consciousness, or elevate their frequency, because the more people that are, I forget the numbers because I'm really not a numbers person, but there's like a certain percentage that they claim, whoever they is, that once a certain percentage of this planet of people are awakened and conscious, it's going to shift the whole planet, and then all this density is going to go away. So that people talk about the ascension process, the more it gets out there, the more we're just helping humanity as a whole. Because, a lot of us, we're invited here. A lot of us are from this planet. There's a lot of other planets that are actively, there's a lot of other collectives of beings in all the other planets that have life form, right? And a lot of them are here on Earth helping Earth, that they've been invited to come in and help. Like, not everybody volunteered to do it. They came by invitation to help clean stuff up.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's where the collective part comes in. We do a lot of work with cosmic energies and different planets, the different collectives like Pleiadians, Arcturians, Andromedan. I myself originate from Andromeda. And there's Sirian and Blue Avian, there's Lemurians and Atlantean. There's so many different collectives of beings out there, and there's so much activity on this planet right now. That's a whole nother show. You guys should really find somebody that's really got a lot of information on that. I just, I dabble in like everything, but I'm on the big island of Hawaii right now, and I can tell you that the starship activity here there's just starships all the time. Like, it's a huge place for just landing pads for like starships to come and land and do whatever it is that they're coming to do. So I know the experience in my interactions with people that a lot of people are starting to recognize and acknowledge that we're not the only planet that is out there with life form, and that a lot of them are coming here, and a lot of us are going, traveling between.
what is your idea or knowledge about hybrids?
I don't have like a whole lot of knowledge about it, but I know they exist.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was told that I'm likely to be one, and of course, I'd have to check into more things before, I would be, I'm a hybrid, I just didn't know if you had knowledge on that.
My perception is that our people, in my opinion, this is totally my opinion, Rh negative people are not human. They're other life forms that come. So, in my estimation, that means when we give birth, when we have children, those are hybrid because they're if your partner is human. So, to me, I'm a Rh negative, which tells me my children are hybrid because it was not Rh negative. That's just my own perception, and some people argue that, but that's my belief.
Okay, because, Jared's AB positive and I'm O negative, so
right.
That could be interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can do your own research, but that's just my personal perception on that whole subject.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I know people have different experiences and, things like that, and it's always interesting for me when we have different guests on because then it's really fascinating. It's like having pieces of a puzzle and having them put together and seeing a bigger and bigger and bigger picture.
Right.
And it's just stepping back like, wow, okay, Sometimes the pieces just fit together beautifully and other times have to step back and go, okay, well, this could work because this other person said this and this matches that. And it's like doing mental detective work sometimes. But
it is. It works. I don't know why, but that's just the universe works. It's sort of like symbols in the Bible, right? Everything's like everything's a puzzle, and then there's a lot of people. That's why there's and there's little bits of energy that are like collect pieces and that are like retreating pieces and leading pieces. So in addition to all the other work I do, myself and a lot of other people on this planet are what are called grid workers. So those are people that that like travel around, and so I go wherever the universe guides me because I'm going to these places to anchor in the light. I'm retrieving some kind of energy, but I'm also bringing energy. So it's not uncommon for me to go to different parts on the planet and then large weather patterns to occur. Like I'm on the Big Island of Hawaii, and I was called to be here for the volcano.
Oh, wow.
Here, and the volcano erupted. Or I go and there's a hurricane, or I go somewhere and there's an earthquake, or I go somewhere there's a flood, because it's shifting something in that area and healing the land. So there's a lot of places I get called to that have had a lot of human sacrifice or a lot of war, things of that nature, where the land itself needs to be healed. So in addition to the people on the planet and the animals, the plants and the earth itself needs to be cleared and cleansed and, renewed. So.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe since you are in Hawaii, we were thinking about having a destination wedding 10/10/2020. Do you think that there would be like seismic activity or volcanoes happening, or do you think it'd be safe by then?
Oh, there'll always be volcanic activity here. But I think it's safe, absolutely safe.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Good, because I didn't want to start planning it and go, well, guess what?
No, I mean, even this eruption, which this island is 5 volcanoes. The island is a volcano. It's a volcano, and they've been erupting for thousands of years. So it's and people are not nobody got injured. It's very, I don't think anybody's ever gotten injured from them. Thousands of years. So and people are not nobody got injured. Good. I don't think anybody's ever gotten injured from them. And they've been erupting for thousands of years. So
Now, you're starting to fade a little bit, at least on my end. But you got kind of quiet. But is there a way somebody, if they are from, like, one of the other races, like you were mentioning, Atlantean and Lemurian and different ones, how would a person know? How would they find out?
Well, some people just remember, and when people start to evolve and they start to really say yes to themselves and put energy into themselves, via meditation or, yoga or acupuncture, the different things that help people open up their channels. They go and they have energy work or, so any number of things like that. When you start really opening up your channels, then you start really tapping into your own energies. And so a lot of people see themselves. They remember who they are. They see their past lives, or they see, their future lives. So that's one way. Another way is if someone intuitively can guide them in that direction and say, oh, I see that you have a lifetime on this planet or that planet or that planet. A lot of us have had lifetimes on many planets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So someone could say, like, hey, I identify primarily with Andromeda, but I've had lifetimes on every planet.
Oh. Where do we find a list of the planets that are inhabited?
I don't know. I mean, you can just Google. You'll find it.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah.
When I say just Google, because I'm going to share a little fun thing. So when I first had my awakening, my initial awakening, I should say, because we're constantly awakening, right?
Yeah.
The first I lost a child myself after he was born. So my son was like my first guide that came in, the first person that was talking to me. But my second was John Lennon. And he's really well known for communicating with people that are psychic or people that are medium or, people that are open and aware and listening. And I'm saying, you're so lucky you have Google and Facebook. I'm like, what? So funny. You can Google everything.
Yeah, the fun times of having to be in the library during hours and look up the Dewey Decimal System. Yay.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
These days never know what that means. Wow. You have been absolutely fascinating. I hope that we can have you on another show.
Or maybe,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
I sent you a message on Facebook with the videos thing that I was going to show you, because we are also going to be doing we also do shows on YouTube, and I figure somebody like you might be interested in doing something like that. Am I correct about doing shows on YouTube?
Would I do something on YouTube?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I haven't, but I probably would consider that, sure.
Okay. All right. It's in your Facebook Messenger. After we get off here, we have about a minute left. I'll show that to you if you're okay with that. All right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have anything to finish up with, Kelly, or?
No. Did you get everything that you needed, or?
Yeah, I mean, everything was put where it's supposed to be in the Akashic. I mean, it's sort of like that. I don't, as far as feeling different, I sort of wait, just let everything feel, I don't wait for like a feeling. I wait to see what happens. With
right.
Things. But,
well, you were mentioning my sacral. I've been having very bad lower back and hip issues, and it's not there right now. And I didn't take any pain med today.
Yay!
Yeah, it was here before the show.
It's so, and it's really just about just acknowledging it. Which, we definitely just be like, oh, okay, remove that. Let's just fix that. It's so, but think of this. People from miles and miles around wanted to touch him to be healed. He was here to show us that we can do this. Every single person on this planet can do what Jesus did. We just don't think we can. Like, it's about faith and trust and knowing that we have that power. and then just doing it and being confident in it, and it happens. It's so easy.
Wow, thank you. This is amazing.
Great. Well,
yeah, please friend me on Facebook. I want to keep in touch.
Thanks for
Yeah.
coming on. Thanks for coming on. I hope we can have you. I hope that we can. I'll talk. We can talk after the show, and I'll show you the blue jeans. Okay.
Okay.
Talk to you soon.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.